Hello, and once again, welcome to Shared Leadership for Sustainable Development in a Global World. Uh, as you already know, I'm Dr. Robert White, and I will be talking about the challenges of the 21st century and the importance of strategic thinking and its application in educational leadership at all levels of decision making. So today's lecture on strategic thinking and its relevance in the 21st century global context will focus particularly on strategic leadership in education. In the next little while, I'll explore the challenges of our time, the significance of strategic leadership in education, and the application of strategic thinking in educational uh, settings. So firstly, let us consider the challenges we face in the 21st century. Our world is becoming increasingly interconnected with rapid advancements in technology, globalization, and the constant flow of information. We find ourselves navigating complex problems such as climate change, economic disparities, technological disruptions, and social issues. To address these challenges effectively, we really require a new way of thinking. We will not find it in our past. We will only find it in innovative, transformational thinking for the future. And basically, what that requires is a strategic mindset, and that's really what we're going to focus on in this week. So, in this global context, the importance of strategic leadership in education cannot be overstated. Educational institutions are at the forefront of preparing future generations to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Strategic leaders in education must possess a vision for the future, anticipate emerging trends, and develop innovative approaches to shape the learning experiences of students. So let's delve into the concept of strategic thinking and its application in educational settings. Strategic thinking is an intentional and proactive mental process that involves analyzing situations, identifying opportunities and risks, and developing action plans to achieve desired outcomes. It goes beyond day-to-day problem solving and really encourages and demands a long-term perspective. In educational settings, strategic thinking allows leaders to align their institution's mission, values, and goals with the evolving needs of students, communities, and the larger society in general. By taking a strategic approach, educational leaders can design curricula that foster critical thinking, creativity, and adaptability. They can also anticipate the skills and knowledge students will need in the future. We are not, you know, uh, preparing our students for yesterday. We're not preparing our students for today. We're preparing our students for the future, for tomorrow. So that's important to keep in mind, and really to create learning environments that support their holistic development, social, emotional, cognitive, mental. Um, it's the importance of a holistic development. So furthermore, strategic thinking empowers educators to identify and leverage resources effectively. It involves identifying partnerships, leveraging technology, and maximizing available resources to provide equitable and inclusive educational opportunities for all learners, each and every learner. By embracing strategic thinking, educational leaders can drive positive change, foster innovation, and create sustainable educational systems that meet the needs of diverse learners. So basically, to wrap up the introduction here, strategic thinking is vital in the 21st century global context, and particularly in the field of education. It equips leaders with the ability to understand and tackle the challenges we face and empowers leaders to make informed decisions that shape the future of education, not being responsive, but shaping. By fostering strategic thinking in educational settings, we can create an environment where students thrive, educators excel and society progresses. So the first aspect of this is understanding strategic leadership in education for navigating the 21st century challenges. In the 21st century, several unique challenges have emerged, shaping the global landscape and posing significant um, implications for individuals, organizations, and societies. Um, these these challenges, we have to consider include globalization. Globalization refers to the increasing interconnectedness and interdependence among nations, economies, and cultures. It's created opportunities for economic growth, cultural exchange, and access to information, but it has also brought challenges. Global competition, trade imbalances, and unequal distribution of resources are some of the issues arising from globalization, and certainly ones we need to address going forward if we hope to have an inclusive and equitable um, society. And that inclusive and equitable society starts with inclusive and equitable education. Then we have to consider the technological advances. The rapid advancement in technology has really revolutionized the way we live, work, and communicate. The proliferation of digital technologies, automation, artificial intelligence, and the internet have opened new possibilities and really transformed industry and transformed opportunities to engage in education and learning. So we have to take these into consideration, but we also must be aware that they've also disrupted traditional job markets, raised concerns about privacy and data security, and widened the digital divide between those with access to technology and those without access to technology. Then, of course, the next thing is environmental concerns. Climate change, pollution, deforestation, resource depletion are critical environmental challenges of the 21st century. The increasing recognition of the need for sustainable practices in conservation has led to efforts to mitigate these issues. However, environmental concerns pose risks to ecosystems, human health, socioeconomic stability, and they really require urgent action and sustainable solution. The foundation to those the foundation for solutions, sustainable solutions, is inclusive and equitable education that prepares students for those current and ongoing challenges. Then, of course, there's been major demographic shifts, changes in population demographics, such as aging populations, urbanization, and migration patterns have significant implications for society and very specific implications for educational systems. Aging populations place strains on healthcare and social security systems, while urbanization raises challenges related to infrastructure, housing, social inequality. Migration can lead to cultural diversity and economic opportunities, but also strains social cohesion and raises humanitarian concerns that we must be aware of if we're looking at sustainable educational development that is inclusive and equitable. Then, of course, there's been social and political fragmentation. The 21st century has witnessed increasing polarization, ideological divisions, and social unrest. Political ideologies, cultural values, and social issues have created division within societies and are often fueled by the rapid dissemination of information through social media platforms. These divisions can hinder effective governance, compromise social cohesion, and exacerbate conflicts, and certainly um, bring challenges to the educational system where we're looking at developing communities, respectful, responsible, trustworthy, and fair, caring uh, learning communities that can engage in problem solving learning to look at to help overcome these challenges and then thrive in these interesting times. And then, of course, this leads to ethical and moral dilemmas. Advances in science, biotechnology, and AI have raised ethical questions and dilemmas. Issues such as genetic engineering, data privacy, algorithmic biases, and autonomous decision-making systems really challenge societal norms and require really careful consideration. We are responsible for providing an educational system that has, when our students go out into the quote unquote real world, that they can engage in careful consideration of how these should progress. Just, we always have to ask, just because we can, should we? So we have to engage in those ethical and moral dilemmas. We have to be able to balance innovation and progress with ethical implications. Implications is a complex challenge of the 21st century. And then, of course, economic disruptions. The global economy faces volatility, financial crisis, and disruptions due to factors such as geopolitical tensions, trade conflicts, and economic inequalities. Technological advancements, automation, and shifts in labor markets contribute to job insecurity and income disparities. The ability to adapt to these economic disruptions is crucial for sustainable growth and social well-being. Our students must be adaptable in the likelihood of having the same career for 30 years is becoming less and less likely, and therefore lifelong learning, lifelong engagement with education is an ongoing process. So then we want to really look at the importance of strategic leadership in education. So strategic leadership is a concept that encompasses the ability to envision, plan, and execute strategies that drive an organization or institution toward its desired goals and objectives. In the context of education, strategic leadership involves the application of these principles to guide educational institutions, systems, and stakeholders in navigating the complex and ever-changing landscape of education. At its core, strategic leadership in education involves developing a clear vision for educational excellence and effectively communicating that vision to all stakeholders. It requires educational leaders to analyze and understand the external and internal factors that influence the educational environment, such as social, economic, and technological trends, as well as the organizational culture, resources, and capabilities. By doing so, they can, identify, strategic leaders, school leaders need to identify opportunities and challenges and make informed, evidence-based, data-driven decisions about resource allocation, curriculum development, teacher professional development, and community engagement. Strategic leadership in education also plays a crucial role in setting goals and objectives that align with the organization's mission and vision. Educational leaders must define specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound objectives, which is known as your SMART, S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound objectives that guide strategic planning and decision-making processes. School leaders and strategic thinkers need to ensure that these goals address the needs of diverse student populations, incorporate technological advancements. It's not about banning things, it's about understanding the strengths and limitations and using them effectively. So it's about incorporating technological advancements and reflect the changing educational paradigms. Um, and then considering all of that, strategic leadership in education involves formulating strategies to address challenges, leveraging opportunities. This includes fostering a culture of strategic thinking and innovation, where educational leaders encourage creativity, collaboration, and continual cycles of improvement. They must develop strategies for curriculum development, teacher professional development, technology integration, and community engagement that align with the organization's goals and addresses the specific needs of students and stakeholders in their educational system. So ultimately, strategic leadership in education is essential for driving positive change, promoting student success, and improving educational outcomes. It requires educational leaders to be forward-thinking, adaptable, and proactive in their decision-making. By effectively applying strategic leadership principles, educational institutions can navigate complexities, seize opportunities, and create an environment that fosters learning, growth, and excellence for all stakeholders involved in the educational process. So moving into the introduction to strategic thinking and its applications in educational settings, we have to look at strategic thinking, which is a cognitive process that involves the ability to analyze complex situations, anticipate future trends and challenges, and develop innovative strategies to achieve long-term goals and objectives. Not about looking back, it's about looking forward. It is a key component of strategic leadership as it provides the foundation for effective decision-making, planning, and execution of strategies in an organization or institution. Strategic thinking goes beyond day-to-day operations and focuses on the bigger picture, considering both internal and external factors that impact an organization's success. Basically, there are 5 key components of strategic thinking that I want to introduce you to. First one, environmental analysis. Strategic thinkers actively scan and analyze the external environment, including social, economic, political, and technological trends. They assess the opportunities and threats that arise from these factors and use this information to inform their decision making. Second is about a visionary perspective. Strategic thinkers have a forward-looking mindset and are able to envision a desired future state for their organization or institution. Strategic leaders need to have a clear understanding of their mission and core values, and then they need to be able to be strong communicators so they can articulate a compelling vision that motivates and aligns stakeholders. Third is the systematic approach. It requires a systematic approach. Strategic thinkers take a holistic view of the organization and its various components. Strategic thinkers understand the interconnections and relationships between different elements and consider the broader implications for their decisions on the entire system. And then, of course, strategic thinking requires creativity and innovation. Strategic thinkers are willing to challenge conventional wisdom and think outside the box. They encourage creative problem solving, explore alternative perspectives, and embrace innovative approaches to overcome challenges and seize opportunities. And then, of course, adaptability and flexibility. Strategic thinkers are adaptable and agile in their thinking. It's not ideologically driven. It's evidence and data-driven decision-making and thinking for the future. Strategic leaders recognize that the business environment, the educational environment, the social environment is dynamic and constantly evolving, and they are open to adjusting strategies and plans based on new information or changing circumstances. It's not about being entrenched, it's about progression. When new information comes in, our conclusions change. So basically, in educational settings, strategic thinking plays a crucial role in shaping the direction and success of educational institutions, systems, and initiatives. It helps educational leaders navigate the complexities of the educational landscape, anticipate future trends, and design strategies that maximize student learning achievement. So as a practical example of strategic thinking and curriculum development, is the identification of emerging educational trends and incorporating them into the curriculum. Strategic thinkers analyze societal changes, technological advancements, workforce demands to identify relevant knowledge, skills, and competencies that students need to succeed in the 21st century, not the 19th, not the 20th, the 21st century and beyond. They ensure that the curriculum is aligned with these requirements and provides a forward-looking, innovative educational experience for all students, each and every student. We have to consider resource allocation to meet these strategies. Strategic thinking involves analyzing available resources such as funding, facilities, personnel, and really determining how to allocate all of these available resources effectively to support the organization's strategic goals. Strategic thinkers assess the needs and priorities of the institution and make informed decisions about resource distribution, considering long-term sustainability impact. Then we have to, get stakeholders involved. Stakeholder engagement is another area where strategic thinking is applied in education. Strategic thinkers recognize the importance of building strong relationships with stakeholders, such as students, parents, teachers, community members, and they actively seek input, listen to diverse perspectives. Think about that. Listen to diverse perspectives and incorporate stakeholder feedback into decision-making processes. By doing so, they foster collaboration, build trust, and create a sense of ownership and shared vision among all stakeholders, not just in the school, but in the community and beyond. So basically, I want to really emphasize that strategic thinking is a fundamental aspect of strategic leadership. And strategic leadership is a fundamental aspect of educational leadership. It involves analyzing complex situations, envisioning a desired future state, and developing innovative strategies to achieve long-term goals and objectives. In educational settings, strategic thinking is applied in curriculum development, resource allocation, stakeholder engagement to shape the direction and success of your educational institutions and educational initiatives. By cultivating strategic thinking skills, educational leaders can navigate the complexities of the educational landscape, adapt to changing circumstances, and drive positive change, positive improvement for the benefit of each and every student and all stakeholders in the community. So basically, what I want to reiterate is the importance of strategic leadership and thinking in addressing the 21st century challenges in education. And it cannot be overstated. In an era of rapid societal and technological changes, educational institutions face numerous complex challenges that require innovative and forward-thinking approaches. Strategic leadership and thinking provides the necessary tools and mindset to effectively navigate these challenges and ensure the long-term success of educational systems. One key reason why strategic leadership is crucial in addressing 21st century challenges is the need for visionary and future-oriented decision making. Too many people looking forward. The strategic leader looks, sorry, too many people looking backward. The strategic leadership looks forward and is future oriented in their decision making. Educational leaders must be able to anticipate and adapt to emerging trends such as advancements in technology, shifting demographics, and changing workforce requirements. By embracing strategic thinking, leaders can proactively shape their educational institutions to meet these challenges and capitalize on opportunities for growth and improvement. And furthermore, strategic leadership enables educational institutions to effectively address issues related to diversity and inclusivity. In today's diverse and multicultural societies, educational leaders must cultivate inclusive environments that cater to the needs of diverse student populations. Strategic thinking helps leaders identify and implement strategies that promote equity, cultural competence, and social justice within educational systems. And another critical aspect I want to leave you to think about is strategic leadership really is the ability to leverage technology and digital advancement to enhance teaching and learning. Don't need to run away from it. We need to understand it, embrace it, and leverage it. The 21st century has witnessed rapid technological advancements that have transformed educational landscapes. Educational leaders need to strategically integrate technology into the curriculum design, instructional practices, and administrative processes. We need to be efficient in all aspects of our working and doing. By doing so, they can harness the potential of technology to enhance student engagement, personalize learning, and access to educational resources. Moreover, strategic leadership and thinking are essential for fostering collaboration and partnership in education. Addressing complex challenges often requires collaboration among various stakeholders, including educators, policymakers, parents, and community members. Strategic leaders are skilled at building relationships, engaging stakeholders, and fostering collaborative efforts that maximize resources and expertise to drive that positive change, that positive improvement.